My brother looked me in the eye at our father's funeral and told me everything was taken care of. He was right. It was taken care of for him. Every single dollar of it. I want you to picture the moment you realize someone you grew up with, someone who now shared your childhood home, your holidays, your grief, has been robbing you blind for 2 years. That moment came for me on a Tuesday morning in a lawyer's office I almost didn't walk into, and I'm so grateful I did. My father passed 18 months after his diagnosis, lung cancer. He was 64 years old, and he died believing his affairs were in order. He had a will, he had a house, a modest investment account, and a life insurance policy, split equally between me and my older brother, Daniel. Dad trusted Daniel to act as executor because Daniel is the eldest, and in our family, that meant something. It meant authority. I was living 2 states away, grieving and exhausted, and I let Daniel handle everything. He sent me a check for $11,000 and said that was my share after debts and fees. I cried and deposited it and tried to move forward. A year later, I'm talking to a cousin at a family gathering, and she mentions offhand that Daniel just paid cash for a boat. A boat. I smile and nod and say nothing. But something cold settles in my chest. I go home that night and I pull out every document Daniel ever sent me, which wasn't much. I start researching. I request a copy of the probate records from the county courthouse. Anyone can do this. I just didn't know that before. What I find stops my breath. The investment account alone was worth over $90,000 at the time of my father's death. The house sold for $212,000. Daniel's accounting to me showed debts and fees totaling nearly the entire estate. Numbers that didn't add up. Numbers that were never going to add up because they were fiction. I hire a probate attorney. She takes one look at the filings and uses a word I'll never forget: fraud. Daniel had submitted falsified expense documents to the court. He had paid himself an executor fee 4 times the legal limit. He had simply pocketed the difference and handed me scraps. When my attorney sends him a letter, he calls me. His voice is shaking. He says I'm tearing this family apart. I tell him he did that. He did it the day he chose money over his own sister. The court orders a full accounting. Daniel is removed as executor. A forensic accountant reconstructs everything. In the end, he owes me just over $104,000. He sells the boat. He takes out a loan. Every payment hits my account like a verdict being read aloud. Justice in installments. My father wanted us to have something after he was gone. A foundation, a head start. Daniel turned that final gift into a weapon. But I refuse to let that be the end of the story. If you've ever been cheated by someone who was supposed to protect you, you know this feeling. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Was I wrong to push back? Or would you have done exactly the same?